You see?
Okay.
You see?
So you can take 101 to shoreline.
Yeah.
Okay, let me zoom out. You take 101 to shoreline. At shoreline, left on Charleston. There's the corner of Charleston and Joaquin right there.
So last time
we want to turn left on Joaquin.
We went on the Amphitheater Drive and then we went back here. Okay. So maybe we could switch to the picture booth.
So, but not
so he sees how it really looks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
On the side
could you switch to the satellite image?
There's no parking on Charleston.
Hybrid there, it's hybrid.
Okay.
And you'll be the closest parking spaces are probably about 20-30 feet back from the corner.
Okay, let's get it's probably better to see. Yes.
Why don't you, Eddie? Why don't you move to get your shot and have him not move it?
We're talking about this.
Actually, why don't you turn it towards me?
Why don't we just airdrop this in? Get the helicopter.
It's so hard being a media whore.
It's too reflective.
Okay,
Do this with the van or something.
but just for you to see, you see, on the right side here, there's a construction site. There's nothing. There's no building. That's the reason why there are no security cameras. Okay, because there's no building. And you see those, I don't know, solar panels, whatever crap that is.
Yeah.
They are about ecology and stuff like that. Google. Okay, so it's right here, that corner. And there's the entrance for the parking space here. You can probably park here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't park on the big
But
Charles.
can I see the sign with the camera? Can I see you guys?
No.
From there? So do I
You
have
only
to get
can
out?
you only can see the sign if you're standing on the construction site.
So where am I parking?
How do I have to get out?
Parking by the
Yeah.
terminal.
Joaquin on the south side of Joaquin.
He has to get out of the car.
Right. So you'll be inside your cars. When the van pulls up, give us a few seconds till we get up on the roof, and then you can come out of the
We
cars.
should probably call them beforehand and tell them we're arriving in 30 seconds. Get out of the car. Run
Should
over.
my number.
Yeah.
Well, because you want me to film the car driving up, right?
Yes. You should actually pick up us driving up, jumping out of the car. I guess. But we have to talk.
You know,
to
he
our
can
producer.
almost. He should just park by the sign. He's just a guy. Nobody would look.
But it's the main street and there's nobody parking there. It would be highly suspicious if somebody would park like
Yeah, you
from-
can't park on Charleston because
No.
there's no parking there. And if one of their guards drives by and sees you
That's
park
bad.
there, they're going to stop and they're going to look at you.
We should
Don't
probably.
do that. David, what's your
think
cell phone number?
415-410-7474.
you have to scramble that. Good idea would be we somehow coordinated that you maybe not arriving earlier than 5 minutes before us. Maybe we shouldn't have you there like for half an hour sitting and waiting.
775-240-5339.
Yeah.
All right. We'll call you and tell you what to do.
Your number's on the card you gave me, right?
I was going to go right behind you down
Right.
there.
It's better if you just follow us.
Yeah.
But if you get lost. Probably better if you just follow us, actually. And
When we
if
get
you're right
close-
behind us when we pull in, I'll just point out the window where I want you to park, and you just park there, and then we'll pull up in front. Okay, so once we've done that, you guys will be in the car. Once we get out of the van and we take this fence off, you come out, start shooting it. We're going to drive the van away and park it a couple blocks away, and then walk back in, and then you just shoot the action.
Okay, you should probably talk about the erection of the
You said
fence.
erection again. Sorry.
Of course, it's a joke. It's for you Americans.
Well, sex and violence jokes, we get those. Okay.
Okay, setting up the fence.
Right.
Okay,
Yes. Okay.
it's your task.
The fence, what we're going to do is Lou and I are going to jump up on the top of the van, and on this side of the van, the passenger side, we're going to drop the fence down to the ground. Eric's going to be on the ground to pick it up. Anybody else who's shooting, anybody else has a free hand. I guess there isn't going to be anybody else.
I mean, I can help you.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. You guys. Once we stop the van, the first thing that happens is everybody who's in the van needs to take everything that you want to have with you during the action out of the van immediately.
Okay,
like as
so
quick as humanly possible.
Daniel is taking care about the Chinese crab.
Right.
Okay?
All that
Good.
shit
I'm
comes
going to
out.
hand that off to him.
We're not going back to the
We'll
van.
hop out. If you guys want to put that on the ground, then we'll just...
I can help you like taking the
Yeah.
fence.
If you don't get it out of the van before we drive the van away, you don't get it because the
Okay,
van's
yeah.
not coming
So
back.
at this point, I'm going to be standing there on the corner filming,
You'll be walking around doing whatever getting the best
waiting
shot
for you to
can
come
get.
back.
Okay.
Right.
The camera is a pretty good zoom and a pretty fast autofocus, so you can zoom in if you want to have details and stuff.
Right.
You can.
And don't shoot my license plate. And that's about
If they do, we'll deal with it.
Right.
You
Okay.
can
So
take
then once everything is out of the van, Lucifer and I have dropped the fence line down. He's got that. The van drives away. The fence gets carried up. You two guys are going to carry it up because I'll be driving the van. You're going to carry it right up to within about 5 or 10 feet of the Google sign, and then it's a contoured ground. So position it. Okay. Let's see, Eddie. I guess Shenny, you'd be the one. As far as getting the shot of the fence line, you want to have the fence positioned in a way so that people across the street at different angles, so it's in the best position. Think art directing where to put it. Can you work with these guys and tell them if it's not in exactly the right place? And by the time you're in the middle of that, I should be back by then.
I mean,
It's going to be relatively close, I take it?
Yeah, you guys can do that too.
We probably
You're
should
going to be relatively close, I take
Shenny,
it,
right? She's really like an external reporter.
All right, Shenny, these guys are going to do that.
You shouldn't do that because
Yeah.
you're an extral reporter.
Okay, you guys do that.
We'll do that.
Yeah, you guys do that. Get it positioned really well.
Okay.
Don't be too perfect, though.
Put the back stay stakes up, tie them on, and then you guys hang the shit on it, and then then we're done.
Okay.
So it's on a slope, so the signs here.
Yeah, the slope is pretty steep,
So where do we
like
meet
the
after?
entrance.
What?
Where do we meet after?
Well, here's what's going to happen. If nobody comes, which is the most likely while we're doing this, I'm going to take my coveralls off, get relaxed. We're going to hang out on the sidewalk or across the street, and we'll just hang out there, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. If anybody comes, if any authorities come, if any security people come, we're all together there. Don't run. They're not going to beat us. It's highly unlikely they're going to arrest us.
We'll have an interesting conversation.
Not impossible. Not impossible. But the more of us that are together, and the more of us that are in one clot, the less likely they are to do anything other than just sort of be confused for a while.
There's so many people.
Yes, and we have a token female.
And we're
a very
so
good
many
one, by the
people,
way.
We can pretty much entangle them.
Yeah, and the other thing is, and I highly recommend this, is don't lie to them. Don't tell them anything that you don't want to tell them. I mean, don't start discussing tactics or whatever, or conspiracies or whatever.
I'll talk about art with them.
But I talk about art with them precisely. Talk about art with them. Talk about what a great shot this is, and what, how the visuals are really compelling. Talk about how much you love Google, the Chinese government, whatever you want to talk about. But don't lie to them, and don't get aggro. There's no reason to be aggro with the security people at all. As a matter of fact, that's really the wrong tactic completely. We're leaving a bottle of really good Scotch whiskey, a 12-year-old
working class. They're working class. They don't get paid a lot for doing that.
We're leaving that we're leaving that for the worker guys or gals that are going to come in to take the fence line away. We're not vandalizing anything at all. This isn't a vandalization. All we're doing is setting up a temporary art piece 5 feet in from the sidewalk, from the public right away.
It's a sculpture mob, and that's fine.
Correct. So that's it. That's what we're doing. Any questions for comments? Any other?
No, I mean, I think Daniel and myself will take care about the decoration of this Chinese symbolism onto the fence. That shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
We tried to have a really interesting but low-key political message, so every American can understand it. We didn't want to be
to mention the Europeans.
too precise about that. But I think the average American, even in Arkansas or I don't know, Columbus, Ohio, should get the message. I think that's fine. We would have done it a little bit more sophisticated in
this is like
European Union,
of
but
course
for Americans,
See, there's a conjunction of brutal American.
Yeah, like your wooden duct tape things.
Right,
of course, yeah.
Exactly. This is
you have to have a little bit of understanding about art history.
Art history is very, this is a combination of brutal Americanism and effete European intellectualism.
Of course. And I think that's a good thing. We have to beat the Japanese in certain sense.
Yes. Well, after rebuilding Japan and Europe after World War II, I guess we owe you guys a debt.
Yeah. And now we drive our cars.
More Hummers.
Yeah.
More Hummers. So, okay.
Hummer actually means lobster. So, whatever. It's good.
So you're driving the van?
I will be, that's correct. And once we pull off the freeway, I'm going to stop, pull over just ever so briefly so I can put the cool Viacom stickers on the side doors because I'm not going to travel with them down the highway.
And the license plate.